Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And Avini?
And Nvidia is going absolutely insane. I believe it was the most valuable company on the planet for like a second earlier. I'm going to talk about why I may have pulled an Everything Money, Paul from Everything Money, and shorting it. It's going to be iffy. Is it shortable? We're going to talk about
Uh,
Two stupid guys trade stocks.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, not financial advice. Don't do what I'm doing. This is, now to be clear, I'm going to show you exactly what I am doing, but this is not like Paul. His name's Paul, right?
It was Paul that did it, yeah.
Not risking a ton. This is just such an outrageous. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stop talking. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
So here's market cap, biggest market cap companies. This is up to date list in the world. So Microsoft, almost 3.3 trillion. Apple, almost 3.3 trillion. Nvidia, I think they actually hit it for like a second and they came back down. If they didn't, they were very close because they gained like another 100 billion or whatever on their last day. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's cool. 100 billion. It's
Just
fine,
just a cool 100
Yeah,
Billy. Yeah. So this is kind of a famous trade. He was shorting this when Nvidia was at 500, which I'm going to show you where that was after the split. And he was quite, stubborn, definitely lost a lot of money. He was doing it from what he was making it seem from a family account and, did not go well. This is just my savings and retirement, everything I own. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, multi-generational wealth here that would have been passed on that Dylan's going to go ahead and evaporate in the stock market. But
just
sure,
immediately. Immediately. All right. So now they did a 10-1 split. He started shorting at 500-ish, 550. So that would be equivalent of about $50. So that is all the way. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Like it's actually below this. You can't even see it. But look
Perfect.
at all the gains in that amount of time. Look at just in the last 2.5 weeks. Yeah. Ready? 2.5 weeks.
Just on the opposite.
38.23%.
Bro, if you're not making 20% like a week, I don't even know why you trade stocks, okay?
Dude, they added $1 trillion to their market cap in 2.5 weeks. $1 trillion.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
More than the GDP of many countries out there.
Yeah. And okay, here we go. Now you can see 50. He shorted-ish here. All right. And this value, I don't know if it was exactly here, but it was at that price. Obviously, he got out, I believe, at like 700, about here. And yeah, it's just going straight up. Let me move my face though, so you can see this sexy volume bar.
At least he closed it at like probably the right time. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't have opened it, and I'm saying that as I opened a position. Oh boy. There. Here's my logic, if there is any. Once again, I'm not risking a lot of money. All right, just everything I own. It's not a big deal. It's fine. Not everything I own. So I'm just gonna look at 3 companies: Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple. Okay, because they're so close in valuation. In fact, I'm just gonna go back real quick. You can see there's a giant step off between 3 and 4. Over $1 trillion difference. So Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, right there. They're probably each day crossing each other. This just happened to be the day that Microsoft was on top. There's a giant drop off from there. Okay.
Yeah, number 4 is just Google. It's like a company I've never heard of before.
Crazy. So the net income for the quarter, this is not income. I'm sorry, this is net income, not revenue. Yeah. Super important. Yeah. Okay? Big difference. So net income for the quarter, 22 billion. For the year, sexy. 87 billion. Okay?
Well, very sexy.
Yeah. There's a lot of metrics to use for this. These are just the ones that I'm doing. Okay? Apple net income, 24 billion. Yearly income, 100 billion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Level of 60 is the growth rates there. Not really growing that high, but
not big super there. Growing. I agree. And this, if you were to look at, actually, that's a quarter-over-quarter increase. Is actually quite amazing. But 20% increase, 25% increase, amazing. Still 86 billion. Now, here's NVIDIA. Now, I get it. The percentages are ridiculous. They had a wonderful quarter. But if you can just look at for me, 2022 and 2023, they had a ridiculous increase and then they had a massive decline. It's just the nature of the business. There's only so many giant companies spending billions and billions and billions of dollars on chips. Okay?
Yeah.
Once again, I would love to own NVIDIA at a lower price. I am not shorting them because they're a bad company. It's an amazing company. Just throw that out there. So,
I mean,
huh?
yeah, I mean, those numbers, like that growth is absolutely freaking bonkers.
Yeah.
Like that's something you'd expect from like a candy stand, like down the street. Like that's literally
Yes.
like if you had like $2 of revenue, you could grow it that fast. But on their size, like company, be able to grow like tens of billions of dollars that fast is insane. But
Exactly. Completely agree. But 12-month revenue, 30 billion, quarterly revenue, 12 billion. Now, let's say that they continue to grow. Like the next time it's 15, you're still going to be like 30 billion short of Microsoft, which is one, and 50 billion short of Apple for the year. That's just a big number. That's a huge number. And one, I don't think that they're going to have another 768.88% increase year over year, because I think you said this. They're going to have to sell chips to Martians. There's going to have to be some other out of planetary buyer for those numbers to make sense. So, how do you feel about that?
I'm not sure what like the total addressable market is here for these, because how many companies out there are looking to put in place these like AI data centers? Like, yeah, sure, anyone that's like a household name is certainly doing that, and that's like a few dozen companies that are buying these things in any like real quantity. I'm concerned that at some point they will, hit a point where they're not going to have enough customer growth and demand. So there is going to be a limit. I just don't know what it is, and like
or production
modeling to predict that.
Or production capability, TSMC. There's also that. This is here and there. There's apparently a bunch of NVIDIA employees retiring because they're all millionaires, which is, that's like an awesome problem to have.
Yeah.
But there is apparently a lot of engineers just being like, well, I have $40 million, so I'm going to leave.
Yeah, it's time to retire. I was telling Dylan, I just looked it up. Jensen Huang is like now the 12th richest man in the world.
Yeah. Dude, awesome product. I get it. I just want to show you this ridiculous graph again. 1 trillion in 2.5 weeks. Here is what I am doing. I'm just doing one option. I'm not going to risk all 1,400. Okay? Not going to happen. If this goes down about $400, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to dip out. Okay? The reason why I'm doing this now is because if you see this, this is called the 9 EMA. Okay? Now, this is kind of a weird chart because they've had so many splits, but over time, as you get high off the 9 EMA, you usually have a mild correction back down. So honestly, if this dips back down to like 120, I'm uncomfortable shorting NVIDIA in general. I might just take a quick profit and dip. Just quick couple $100, right? I'm not going to hold on to this. I don't know if you saw the expiration.
So this is more like a short-term swing trade than it is anything else.
Most likely, yeah. This is a short-term swing trade. Not going to hold on till March of 2025. That's just when I had the best value for volatility.
I like it.
All right.
It's an interesting play. It's a bold play, but we'll see how it works out for you.
If someone could find the video of me saying, Paul, you're an idiot for shorting NVIDIA, please just don't mention it. It's cool. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Never happened.
NVIDIA now is firmly in that Tesla Charlie Munger camp of I wouldn't own it, but I wouldn't short it.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm also shorting Tesla.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
They look like they've broken down a little bit from a chart perspective and a business fundamental perspective. So that one makes more sense now.
Yeah, I am. Actually, I have. Those are the only two companies I'm shorting. By the way, Nikola just announced a share split. No, sorry. The opposite of a share split. Yep. Oh, baby. Gonna be shortable again. Free money, guys. All right.
That'll pay for your losses on Tesla and NVIDIA.
It'll pay for a mortgage. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Catch you next one.